And good morning, everybody. It is Fabulous Friday featuring Joseph Yelle. Now, Joseph, I was introduced to you by a mutual friend, and he thought that we would be a good connection because you have created this most amazing app for children. And it is called KudoKids. And Joseph, we all know that children are close to my heart too because of the bunny talk process. However, please, Joseph, you explain to us your passion and the reason behind why you created this app, because I, for one, am very, very impressed with it. Take it away.
Thank you. It's a privilege to be here, and I'm excited in general, but also, yes, my reason for building this. So I have 5 kids in a mixed family, and it's very difficult for them to go from one house to the other, to have stability in the midst of not only our changing lives and our craziness, but in the other individuals, our previous relationships, what have you. If it's difficult for us, it's more difficult so for them. They're just trying to get used to this world, and yet we're asking so much of them on a daily basis to remember their routines, to remember to make their bed, to remember to brush their teeth. And these are things that most adults may or may not do. So now I have 2 sons. In the age ranges are from a 4-month-old all the way to 9 years old. So when I took a look at my son's iPad, probably, I don't know, a year ago or so, and it had over 40 apps on it. It had, and I didn't, like, a lot of them are games, and you got like meditation apps, affirmation apps, and a whole bunch of different apps. And you don't, as a parent, like, you're not really capable of going through every single app and seeing the content. Are they selling your ads? Or, I'm sorry, are they selling ads to your child? Yeah. Are they selling your child's data? Are they are there social perimeter or social interactions in the games themselves, and are they safe? And so there's all these different things to think about on the safety side. And is this growing my child in a healthy way, or is it brain rot? Right. So, and then there's the question of screen time in general, and how long are they allowed to be on screens? And our country has different opinions. Oh, what's that?
It's a minefield.
It's a minefield, yeah. It's just wild. And our country has different expectations than Australia or Europe or wherever, right? And so, I really took all of that information, and my background is actually in enterprise technology. So I've worked for Salesforce, I've done work for Verizon, Comcast, Cisco, and many other enterprises in BI, AI, and app development. And so this is my 6th startup. So I've been around a little bit. Yeah. And when my son was born 4 months ago, I had paternity leave. And so I decided to, in the midst of my busy life, do something about this problem where my son had 40 apps on his device, and I couldn't comprehend the breadth of it and keep it safe. And so I realized I am AI forward, and I'm very capable with AI, and I've got a great team of people. And so I was able to bring us all together and get all of these 40 apps condensed into one, where it's child growth focused and it's parent approved safe, if you will.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, I love it. I've seen it. And I know you've had therapists collaborate on it. You invited me to collaborate on it with the affirmations, and I gave my 2 pennyworth for it. Is that an English saying? Probably. Anyway, you have to, excuse my funny Englishisms.
Oh, we do penny for your thoughts.
Oh, there you go. So it's but yeah, I'm so impressed by it. because at the end of the day, everybody, children are going to be on devices. It's just what's happening. So how can we make that safe? Well, Joseph has created KudoKids. I have seen it. I've been on it, and it is fun. And there's even a little bunny, which I was really pleased about. And it's, but Joseph, it's not. It's not just for a certain age group, is it? Tell us more about the age range.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're looking at ages between 3 and 12 for this, because once you hit 13, it's more about the friend groups that they're in rather than being like, it's just a lot harder to change a child through developmental means. And so we really focused on that 3 to 12 range where we have non-readers can use it and readers can use it.
Yeah.
It starts with routine management, right? So you want your child to do a morning routine. Maybe they wake up, they make their bed, they get changed, they eat breakfast, and maybe you want to make sure that they put the milk away. Constant struggle. And so what we have is a checklist. So my son also has ADHD. And so these things are very helpful for him because the checklists give him structure. He needs that structure. He needs that reminder. And it's just how his brain works. And that's okay. So we change the environment to match his requirement.
Yes. And that is what can happen on the app, isn't it? So that parents can do it themselves. Now, we were discussing this yesterday, Joseph, because I mean, in my I'm way older than you. Okay. So it was like, there wasn't even any iPads. It just wasn't about, I remember in my 20s, that was when Sega Mega Drive first came on, and then it was Game Boys. And, we all did it with the children. So you will get, like my age range saying, well, why aren't the parents just doing it? But like you just said, you said to me, well, we've got 5 children at times. And I remember I had 5 children as well from different families. Mm-hmm. And it was, and it was difficult because it's what some children are doing in one family, they're not doing in the other. So they may have different routines, and it's building them together. And I just think, oh my gosh, that would have been so helpful, because while I was dealing with the baby, just like you are now, I met your little 4-month-old, so adorable. While you're dealing with the baby, you've then got your other children who might be wanting to have some other time, because a parent isn't an octopus and there isn't multiple of us. So it's like, it just helps. It's another way to give some structure. And children are on devices. They love them. And your age group, you actually were brought up with them.
Sure.
You all know how to use these apps. And then it brings the father in as well so brilliantly, because then it's a mutual thing, and dads can set it up. The mum can, because mums do like to do this. I know we can be a little bit bossy, and that's okay, because nobody can ever look after our children as well as we can, and so we want to oversee it. But it's great because both parents can be involved, and I absolutely, I was so impressed by it. And then the games, it's like the emotional intelligence that they're learning from it as well, because you have all of those little characters and their faces and, what's happening. And then they can play games, but they're educational games, but all through play. I honestly, I absolutely love it. And then they can choose their character, can't they?
Yeah, absolutely. What we strive for is to give the child autonomy, because in autonomy is where they have confidence. And when they have confidence, they're capable. And we don't want to we don't want to make the iPad or anything really in their life put up on a pedestal, right? We don't want to, like, when you tell someone they can't do something, they want it more. And so, what we're doing with this is saying you can have as sort of. We're using some psychology here. You can have as much iPad time as you want, right? You can have as much of this as you want because you have to earn it. And so, as I mentioned, right, you've got these routines. Well, those routines are going to give coins to each of the kids, right? So as they make their bed, as they go through these checklists, they earn coins, and they can then spend those coins on TV time. Now, we've engineered the numbers so that it aligns to the maximum number of coins you can earn in a day is the maximum amount of time that you should, or based on like WHO, World Health Organization's screen time metrics and age ranges, how much time it's okay to let them on a device, right?
Yeah.
And so now the other part is they may not want to be on watching a show or playing a game because we have unlockables. And so what that means is we've got 20 companions in the app. These are like dragons or like fairies and mermaids and a whole bunch of different companions and pandas or little koalas, things like that, right? So we've got all these cute little 3D creatures that are interactable, so you can like spin them and expand them. But then they're also AR, which means you can take them with your device and you can put them in the room with you and take a photo or whatever you want to do. And so like, my kids were chasing each other the other day, just like running around with the dragon kind of running through the house. And so, you have all these companions and each one of them has different skins, like a gold skin or a rainbow skin, and animations and auras that they can unlock. So there's all of this content they can unlock, including, like you mentioned, games. We have fun games that are that cost coins, but then we have educational games that can earn you coins or are just free to play. And you as the parent can customize everything. So if you're like, hey, I really want them to work on math, so you can give them more coins for doing the math games, and now they're incentivized. And so what I frequently like to say is, stop nagging your kids and start bragging about your kids, right? So let's convert nagging to bragging. And the way we do that is, today, if you're like, hey, like what happens with our kid, our children, is they go, hey, I don't have any more coins. Well, why? Because they spent it on TV time or they spent it on the unlockables, and they go, but I want more coins. How do I get them? Well, now you have an opportunity to reward them for behaviors you want. So you can reward them for, go play outside for an hour and I'll give you 10 coins. Go wash the car and I'll give you 10 coins. Right? Whatever the case is, like whatever behaviors you're looking to inspire in your children, human beings are reward-based creatures. That's just how we are, whether it's dopamine or coins. It's the same.
Yeah.
So
now I love it because they will, as I say, there's a lot of people who may say, oh, it's taking over from parenting. No, it's not. It's the parent's friend. Okay. Because, I remember I couldn't watch my children all the time. And, I was tidying up one kind of like mess, and then suddenly there would be like 5 toilet rolls down the toilet and the toilet's flooded. It's like, and then you're doing that, and then then they're doing something else. It's, I remember the poor goldfish had loads of toys in it. They were wanting to give the goldfish toys to play with. So the poor goldfish had that much water to be in. It's like you just can't be everywhere, and then making dinner, and then cleaning, and then being on a phone call with somebody who who might need you. It's like just being a parent,
Yeah.
So yes, it would have been very helpful, because actually I was one of those. I did not like the screen time, but there wasn't much to do when my kids were little, and it was just more sort of like little Game Boys and things of stuff. So this, I mean, the things that they do now, and then I know there's the affirmations, there's meditations, and they can. It's just great. I am impressed, because children will be on iPads. And actually, it is the way the world is going. The world is going AI. Children do need to know how to do it, and they just learn it really quick. I'm amazed at how many 2-year-olds can just figure things out.
They're adventurous, right? By default, they're explorers. That's their whole thing, is learning new things. That's why they exist. And so with that, we actually, or that's why we're working with, child and family therapists. We're working with teachers and other child development experts like yourself, and we're making sure that from all these different perspectives, there's just so many perspectives. And it's brilliant because AI has allowed us to actually capture all of these perspectives at once and help me as an engineer and our team and our product team actually develop what all of these perspectives are telling us is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And finding the Goldilocks zone in between them, if you will. And it's been incredible to watch as the whole thing has just been, we build some things and then show it to the team and they'll go, that's nice, but also if you could just add this, it's going to make it so that ADHD kids can use it or autistic kids can use it, right? And whatever the case is, and they're very simple things to add that, people that don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is user friendly for children that have autism, that have ADHD. So it's useful for children of any type. It's and that's what I was really impressed by as well, that it can help just whatever any child might be going through. Can you imagine a child who's in hospital, and if they're unwell, it's like it's just helpful to have something else, and that then parents, I know a whole group of people, there's children sadly they've got cancer. They will be fine, yet their parents have to leave them in hospital. Now they have something that can be their companion, and that is just really helpful. So there's a whole range where this KudoKids will be able to helpful, because I know the parents can see as well what's going on for the child in it.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So the companion idea in general, right, is how do we create a friend to the child that isn't replacing the parent, right? Like that's a core philosophy of ours is how do we bridge to the parent? And so we have one feature I'm especially proud of, right, is the wellness check-ins. So as a part of the routines, you can add in a wellness check-in, morning, noon, night, whatever it is, right? And they click this and they get, depending on their age, they'll get stickers that show different emotions, right? Worried or happy or sad or whatever emotion that they're feeling. And they click on the sticker and it says, okay, you're feeling happy, right? Or you're feeling worried. And so let's say they say, yeah, I'm feeling worried. And what'll happen is it'll come in and say, everyone feels worried sometimes. Here's some things to think. Why don't you take a few breaths, or here's some things to do when you're feeling worried. Let's work through it. Would you like me to notify your parent, or would you like to? Right. And so they get an option and they click, maybe I'm going to notify the parent. It'll send a push notification to the parent. And then on the parent side, they get a little how-to guide, how to manage this emotion, what to talk about, what things to look for, and when you should get professional help. A whole guide of information around that emotion and how to guide them through the emotion. You don't want them to not feel the emotion. You don't want it to just get it over with. You want to guide them through. And so it's an art. And so, it's something that I certainly struggled with, and why I built it was for myself. So all of the things that I have built in this is for people like myself that are just trying to do their best parenting and struggling on a daily basis. And maybe I can offer a little bit of help.
Yeah. Well, it's the overwhelm, and for parents as well, they might be going through their own stuff, but then they're dealing with their children's heavy emotions, and it can just make people overreact, and they don't mean to, but people do get emotionally hijacked. I know, I was there. And it is really hard being a parent at times. It's also one of the most rewarding things out. However, we want to get everybody back to balancing, and I believe this will help people balance and bring them back to harmony a lot quicker now. And I'm so grateful that you have created this and that we met. So Joseph, how does somebody get this app? How do they get it?
Great question. So the app is on the App Store and Play Store, right? So you just go download KudoKids. We are currently in beta. So if you're interested in the beta, you download the app. It'll ask you a question. You just say you're interested in the beta, and otherwise you'll just have to wait another month or two while we just flush out any of the last mile bugs and issues and whatever else might come up during this beta period. But yeah, if you want to provide feedback to us, we're interested in your perspective. So just download the app and fill out the form. It takes literally 2 minutes.
Yeah. And then you say it's user friendly, and then it's and then so can people, there's various levels of this app. So yes. Please explain the various levels, Joseph.
Sure. So well, we have, like I mentioned, we've got ages 3 to 12. So we are gearing things more towards splitting into like 3 categories pretty much. So we've got the preschooler, so 3 to 5 age. Then we've got the child age, which is 6 to 9. And then 10 through 12 is preteen. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so the experience that they get is different from a content perspective, and from like the user interface as well, changes depending on what age range they are. Now, for all of those, the companions have their own voices. And so what we do is we'll actually read everything on screen for the child, right? And then there's also like help text, so they click a little help icon and it walks them right through what's on the page, so that non-readers know what's happening and can visually connect it to what's on screen. So that's on the child side. On the parent side, every feature is customizable. I mean, everything. So like you mentioned, we've got affirmations, meditations, the wellness check-ins. If you want to give them more coins or less coins for those actions, you can. We have the ability for you to create routines, but then also one-off tasks, like quick tasks is what we call them, right? So you might not want, your bathroom to be a part of a routine, but you still want to give them a structure. Like my son needs a structure for going to the bathroom, right? Okay. So, yeah. And then eventually that catches on, right? So they get these milestones of learning, and then learning all the way to mastery.
Yeah, it's true, because it's repetitive, and then they're getting rewarded without you constantly nagging them. So Joseph, how much would this cost somebody?
Oh, great question. So all of the features are entirely free. It's so critical to me that this is accessible to people. And so what we've done is everyone gets one companion for free. It's Cosmo. It's our spaceship mascot, if you will, of the brand. And so everyone gets Cosmo for free. And if you want the other 19 unlockables or companions, that's a part of premium subscription. Still working through pricing. It's going to be less than $10 a month, but there's also lifetime access. I'm actually more interested in going the lifetime route. Again, you're talking about ages 3 to 12. That's a lot.
Okay. Let's just that period. The thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd much rather. I love the good old days when you could buy software one time and it was soft and it was just done. Right. Yeah. So we're certainly looking more towards the lifetime model.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's per family. So and your family can have as many kids on it as you want.
There you go, per family. Okay, no, that's and that is always what people want to know. How much is it? You know,
Sure.
It's the bottom line.
Absolutely.
And so no, I think this is great, Joseph, and we'll chat again once we've done the beta, and then we've and it's up and running, because I for one am very excited for you and KudoKids. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for being on here, Joseph. And it's goodbye from me, Claudia Rickard, and it's goodbye from Joseph Yelle. So take care, everybody. Thanks for